She wasn't carrying vegetables. She was carrying a life that no child should ever carry. In a small rural village, surrounded by dense jungle, where even sunlight struggled to enter, lived a 9-year-old girl named Aisha. There was no electricity, no proper road, no government help, just silence and survival. Her house was not really a house, just a fragile hut made of broken sheets and dry leaves. And inside that hut lived her parents, both blind since childhood. They couldn't see the world, but they still tried to survive in it. Every day, they sat under a tree in the village, selling vegetables. But even those vegetables weren't theirs. They belonged to someone else. At the end of the day, after hours of sitting, waiting, hoping, they would barely get 5% of the profit. And if nothing sold, they got nothing. Not even kindness, only insults. Aisha woke up at 4 every morning, not because she wanted to, but because she had to. She would quietly get up, clean the house, collect vegetables, and guide her parents to the tree. She became their eyes. She arranged the vegetables, called customers, handled money like an adult trapped in a child's body. Some days, people would take vegetables and walk away without paying. Her parents couldn't see, and Aisha couldn't fight. She would just stand there, holding back tears. School was supposed to be her escape, but even that felt heavy. She had no proper shoes, no school bag. She carried her books in the same bag used for vegetables, and that old cycle, broken, rusty, almost falling apart, was her only way to reach school. Every ride felt like it could be her last. At school, things were not better. Students laughed at her, teachers ignored her. Some whispered, "Why is she even studying? She will end up selling vegetables anyway." Those words cut deeper than hunger. There were days when nothing sold. On those days, school was skipped because survival came first. Aisha would take the leftover vegetables and walk to nearby villages, through jungle paths, under the burning sun, just to try one more time. Sometimes she sold everything. Sometimes she returned with everything. And along with it came loss, anger from the owner, hunger at home. At night, after cooking, after cleaning, after taking care of her parents, she would sit with her books, eyes heavy, body tired. But still, she tried, because somewhere deep inside, a small hope was alive. One night, she looked at her parents. They were smiling, even in darkness, even after everything. And suddenly, Aisha realized something. If they can live without seeing the world, then I can change it, even if it's hard. That night, she didn't cry. She decided. From that day, nothing became easy, but everything became clear. She stopped listening to people, stopped answering insults. She focused, studied whenever she could, worked harder than before, failed many times, many. Exams came and went. Results came and broke her, again and again, but she didn't stop. College was even harder. New place, new struggles. She didn't fit in. Others had support, money, confidence. She had none of it. She worked small jobs, saved every rupee, studied in silence. There were nights she slept hungry, days she felt like giving up. But every time she thought of quitting, she remembered that tree, that hut, those blind eyes waiting for her. And one day, after years of struggle, something changed. She passed. Not just passed, she succeeded. Years later, the same girl who once walked barefoot, who was laughed at, who carried vegetables in a torn bag, stood in a place no one had imagined. She became a pilot, not just flying an aircraft, but rising above every insult, every pain, every impossible situation. When she returned to her village, everything felt different. The same people who once laughed now stood in silence. Respect replaced mockery. The village that once ignored her now celebrated her. Her parents, who never saw the world, finally lived a life they deserved. Not in darkness, but in dignity. Some people are born with comfort. Some are born with struggle. But struggle is not the end. It is the beginning of something powerful. If a 9-year-old girl with no support, no money, no easy path can change her life, then maybe you can too. Don't stop because it's hard. Stop only when you're done. And if this story touched you, then support Eliza_Bethell's Tales by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Because somewhere, someone is still fighting silently, and they need a story like this.